If you do this one training, your results should increase immediately. Confidence is the one thing that affects everything. That sounds so simple, but it's so true. You lose confidence in yourself, you start to tear yourself down. You lose confidence in your friend group, you know how that goes. So I want to talk about how you get confidence. Number one, you got to redefine your identity. Our strongest drive is to remain consistent within how we define ourselves. So if I go start drinking, if I go start partying, I would love to do that, by the way. I love to just drink beer and watch football all day long and Netflix. That's me. I got my dad over here inside of me because that's like what my dad would do. He'd just drink, party, hang out. And so there's this version of me that's like, Ian, just chill, man. Just drink, relax, The villain's telling me you're good. He's like, dude, you don't have to do any of this, dude. You got the money, you got the girl, you got the baby. You don't got to do none of this shit. And then I'll start to slip into that for a second. And then you know what'll happen? Oh, it's like a custody battle with my identity. Hey, don't go, no, I'm taking them, I'm going this, and then it's just a struggle, man, right? For a few days, just experience how different actions reinforce a new identity. So, if you're shy, I'm not shy today. Today I'm gonna act unshy. It's gonna be very uncomfortable for me, but it's no big deal. I'm gonna act not shy. And I'm gonna start to see the evidence of that because I know inside I wanna speak to people. Listen, man, you define your identity. You, who? You. Only you define your identity. And then you gotta live in alignment with what that identity is. Number two, practice priming daily, man. This is a 10-minute ritual that includes breathing exercises, visualizing, man. If you wanna have confidence, you can't start the day just on autopilot. You gotta start the day, remembering these things, man. I sit outside and I typically have my baby. I'll wake him up and I'm sitting there with the little dude outside. I can feel the sunlight on me, man, and I'm moving around. I just got out of the cold plunge, man. I've worked out and I'm on fire. And then I see some people, they're like, Ian, how are you on fire? I'm like, well, what'd you do today? They're like, well, I got to work. And I'm like, problem number one. Dude, I've been up for 3 hours working on myself. They're like, yeah, but I got 4 kids. I'm like, that sounds to me like an excuse. That should actually be something that motivates you to get up even earlier and work on yourself so that your kids can see somebody that's working on himself. Instead, you're using your kids as a crutch instead of something that boosts you towards your goals. I got 2 kids. I need to work on myself even more right now. But priming your mind, priming your gratitude, priming yourself to have a good day. Waking up, man, when I wake up, I don't get right out of bed. You know what I do? I got a 24-ounce glass of water. I drink the water, and then I sit there for 5 minutes and I just talk to God. And I have a meeting, man. And then I get out of bed and I'm going crazy. So prime yourself. Hey, it's the Macklin Twins. Thanks for watching the video. If you want the free personal development guide that's gonna change your life for free, go ahead and text our phone number, 480-780-2203, and it'll change your life forever. Let's get back to the video. Text us right now, let's go. Number 3, focus on massive action. This is how we build the confidence machine. When you're taking action towards your goals, you're a more confident human. When you make a decision, you gain momentum. When you don't make a decision, you lose momentum. So you got to make a decision to go towards where you want to go. If you're like, bro, I got to sell 25 cars this month. Okay, so what's that behavior look like every day? Physical movement, we talked a little bit about that, but emotion creates motion. If you have motion, you're gonna create good emotion in you. But if you have no motion and you just wake up for the day and you got nothing that's going for yourself, you got to change your physiological standing. A lot of people on these Zoom calls, they're sitting in defensive posture, they're thinking about all the negative, so they're missing anything that's valuable for them. So right now, you could thank God and say, hey, I thank God that I'm in an offensive posture and I'm ready to go and I'm alert and I've thought about a couple things on the Zoom that I could fix. You can say that because I'm telling you, I sit and give seminars to these people and I see this guy and I'm reading I can legitimately read. I've done 1,000 seminars, spoke to 1,000 people. I can look into a crowd and see when somebody's totally not here. And I'm like, this guy's not here. If we cracked him open and seen what's going on, he has no confidence. He's doubting himself. He has no purpose. He has no faith. All he has to do is decide that it's gonna happen. Change that standing. Sit tall. Believe in yourself. Listen, man, you don't have to be the most skilled salesperson. I'll be honest with you. If you have the most confidence and you believe in yourself and you can walk in and you can help people and you have good intentions and you got a good frequency and you got good emotion going on in you, you can't give something you don't have. So if you got bad emotion, you're gonna give bad energy. But if you got good emotion going in you, you're gonna give good energy, man. And your customers are gonna love you. And then they're gonna stay with you. And then they're gonna believe in you. And then your business grows. And then you grow, right? And then last one, make decisions with passion. You know, decisions should be made when you're at a peak emotional state, man. When you're excited, man. You know, like if you're gonna go make a decision on something today, make it when you're at a peak state. If you wanna commit to another level, I was on the phone with a guy the other day, and you know, I've got a thing where you can coach privately with me and some other stuff, and you know, I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to see if we fit like emotionally, because I just don't really care about him signing up for something and then me and him not being a good fit. Like, I'm looking for the people that are looking for me. And I'm talking to him, and it sounds like he's dead, which is okay, because he's probably going through something, so I understand how to, like, you know, still see like what's in his core, you know. But I start talking, and I'm like, hey, do you want to do this? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't. I'm like, dude, if you can't get emotional about your future, I can't get emotional about your future. So like, maybe you should continue to keep watching my content online. And if you're going through something, I'll be here. You can text me, but you've got to be ready to make a decision at a peak emotional state, because when you do that, everything changes. So do you want to reset? And he's like, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. And then he calls me back. Ass must have jumped in the cold plunge, fool. He got tired. He's like, all right, Ian, you're right, dude. I was being a negative Nancy. I was a little scared. I was just being a little so sorry, man. I want to make a decision. I want to have this life. I know you can help me. I'm ready to go. Let's roll. And I'm like, okay, how do you feel now that you made a decision? And he's like, I feel like you don't even need to coach me anymore. He's like, what you taught me right there was huge for me. And I was like, that's how I make decisions. Some people are like, I got the most indecisive customers ever. I'm like, yeah, bro, because you're indecisive. You got to get rid of that. But if I'm going to make a decision on something, I'm going to do it with a high emotional state, high emotional commitment. And when I do that, the decisions always work, because I'm going to make them work, because I made that decision. And even when the emotion wears off, I remember the emotion that I made when I made that decision, which goes back to my self-confidence. If I can make decisions the right way, my self-confidence rises. The more I make decisions that are good for me, my self-confidence goes up. All right, so guys, take time to think about like a lot of these things. Are you priming yourself for the day? Are you getting moving? If you do this one training, your results should increase immediately. But if you live one thing that we just did, you don't just train it, you live it. Go live that one thing, and if you live that one thing, your life will change. So thank you guys, appreciate you guys. Let's go have some confidence, let's go have some fun. I thank you guys, I appreciate you guys.